El diseño, ejecución e implementación de la Política Nacional de Apoyo al Desarrollo Infantil Temprano Crecer Juntos, que busca que todos los niños y niñas alcancen su máximo potencial de desarrollo. Crecer Juntos surge como la respuesta del Estado salvadoreño a la niñez para garantizar las condiciones necesarias y brindar servicios de calidad apropiados a sus particularidades. Veamos en análisis el mensaje de la primera dama de la República, Gabriela de Bukele, en la UNESCO. La primera dama de la República, Gabriela de Bukele, participó en la Conferencia Mundial sobre Atención y Educación de la Primera Infancia de la Organización de las Naciones Unidas para la Educación, la Ciencia y la Cultura, UNESCO, que se lleva a cabo en la República de Uzbekistán, en Asia Central. Gracias al trabajo y experiencia profesional de la primera dama, por primera vez, El Salvador es un referente mundial en temas de primera infancia. En el país, este rango etario se ha establecido desde los 0 a cumplir los 8 años y representa el 12,5% de la población, lo que equivale a más de 800,000 niñas y niños. La primera dama explica a continuación más acerca de las leyes que está creando el gobierno de El Salvador en favor de la niñez y la adolescencia.
Your Excellencies, dear guests and friends, El Salvador is changing, and it is doing it from the beginning. That is why we're investing in early childhood. It is a great challenge, and at the same time, a legacy for the new generations, because even though we're a small country, we dream big. We hope that our commitment and work will become an inspiration for other countries in the region and around the world, because everything begins in the early year. As the First Lady of El Salvador, as a psychologist and prenatal educator, as a professional working in the field, and especially as a mother, I'm humbled and honored to be part of the World Conference on Early Childhood Care and Education, organized by UNESCO. Under my leadership in El Salvador, the early years are a priority of the national agenda. From the beginning of our administration in 2019, we started working on the Crecer Juntos National Early Childhood Development Policy, which seeks to ensure that all children achieve their developmental potential. Scientific evidence shows that if we seek the well-being and protection of children, if we change the way that our babies come into this world, if we provide education, care, and support for early childhood, we will have healthier and better prepared adults, both physically and mentally. In other words, we will have a different society. By investing in our early childhood, we are investing in our future. In El Salvador, early childhood represents 12.5% of our population, more than 800,000 children. With this change and focus on early childhood, we are promoting and improving our country's most valuable asset, our human capital. Crecer Juntos arises as the state's response to early childhood to guarantee the necessary conditions and provide quality services appropriate to their particularities. The policy was created with a focus on rights, a multidimensional vision of development, and the shared responsibility of all sectors, with emphasis on preventive actions, strengthening, accompaniment, and protection also of the family. This policy focuses on 4 main areas. 1. Health and nutrition. 2. Education and care. 3. Protective environments. 4. Rights protection. By emphasizing these areas, we can cover the integral growth and development, articulating each moment of child development. To guarantee compliance with the services and care proposed by the policy and to ensure that they reach every child and are sustained over time, the legal regulatory framework for early childhood has been strengthened. To date, the country has adopted under my leadership the following laws. The Crecer Juntos Law for the comprehensive protection of early childhood and adolescence, which seeks to guarantee the exercise and full enjoyment of the rights of every child and adolescent from early childhood, including the right to education from birth. The Nacer con Cariño Law for a respected childbirth and affectionate and sensitive care for newborns, which aims to guarantee and protect the rights of women from pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum, as well as the rights of babies to a sensitive birth care and breastfeeding from the first hour of life and the newborn stage. The Amor Convertido en Alimento Law for the promotion, protection, and support of breastfeeding, which guarantees the right of all children to breastfeed from the first hour of life exclusively during the first 6 months, and complementary up to 2 years of age or more. The education of children is the most important work that society should do. Quality education generates an integral development based on stimulation and learning, both academic and human. Thus, the Crecer Juntos policy and law are boosting the expansion of early childhood and preschool education coverage, especially the quality and warmth of the services. To guarantee comprehensive early childhood education, we are working together under the framework of Mi Nueva Escuela, a new educational model that involves students, their families, teachers, school leaders, the community, and the state to generate opportunities for comprehensive development. In addition, our work is being carried out in an articulated manner to improve the infrastructure in 1,470 schools, including the incorporation of pre-primary education. Implement a creative curriculum for early childhood, which prioritizes play, exploration, arts, sports, music, active participation, and expression. Produce and broadcast television and radio programs with a playful educational emphasis on early childhood education. Create and produce a literary collection for early childhood Árbol de Vida in different inclusive formats such as sensory books, braille, audiobooks, and video stories in sign language, among others. Offer cultural and sporting events for children from 0 to 8 years old and their families. Maintain and create public spaces for family recreation such as theaters, parks, tourist centers, and sports venues, with emphasis on early childhood. Implement healthy eating habits with families and within the school. This work has brought us here today, together with you, engaged to bring early childhood to the international agenda. We are putting our experience, our knowledge, and the warmth that sets us apart as Salvadorians at the service of leaders from around the world. We are committed to take actions in support for early childhood on a more regional and global scale. Working for early childhood is a great challenge, but at the same time, a great satisfaction. Because we're working to leave a legacy for this country. We're also sending a message about how countries like El Salvador can make a contribution. Let us all be a part of this commitment of love, a commitment we all share so that everyone involved in the early years efforts can contribute to a successful developmental story. Thank you very much. In El Salvador, early childhood matters.
Más de 1.500 líderes y profesionales de todo el mundo participaron en esta conferencia, la cual tiene por objetivo reafirmar el derecho de cada niña y niño a una educación y atención de calidad desde su nacimiento. Para Análisis, Miguel Hernández.
No olvides suscribirte a este canal para seguir ofreciendo contenido.